What's going on YouTube? It's your boy the Ninja B here and welcome back to some more Freaky Friday. Oh yeah, that's right everyone. Freaky Friday is back. Sorry for all the delays. Camera kind of looks a little, you know, a bit crooked. You know, never mind. Just leave it. I think it's fine. Just make sure you can see me. You guys can see me, right? Sorry, there. Can you see me now? Right. So yeah, as I said just now, the last time I wanted to do this, there was no internet connection. I mean, I did recorded it, but the audio, with me talking, they couldn't hear it. So here I am, doing it again, trying it again, of course, I mean, and yeah. Anyways, if you don't know what Freaky Friday is a show where us, me, and everybody else sit down or lay down in their couches or beds and watch some scary vids. Our small little community, we react to some, you know, scary vids. It's like Spooky Scary Sunday, but it's on Friday. No, I'm not trying to copy Cory Kenshin. I was just inspired by him. Okay, I thought about making one of my own. So yeah, dang, it's been a while since I've done this. I totally forgot how the intro goes, but you know what? Without further ado, sit back, relax, grab some snacks, go get yourself some, I don't know, some Pop-Tarts, some bread maybe, Massimo brand, the Italian bread. Wait, what? And maybe get yourself a drink. Coca-Cola maybe. And yeah, without further ado, let's do this. Oof, man, I don't know how many years I've been making videos. I am so tired. Now the first video we're gonna watch for today is called Are You Winning Son? And it's based on the meme, of course, and it was uploaded by Surreal Entertainment himself. Right? Yeah, right there. Yeah, the guy who makes cursed videos, the man himself. So yeah, let's react to it. Oh.
What?
Oh, that's his dad.
Are you winning, son?
I don't know, you see?
Dad.
Son.
Dad, it wasn't your fault. The accident happened 3 years ago. You have to let me go.
What? Oh, it was just a hallucination.
Well, isn't this something? My son just hid behind the camera. This is all just an act. My son didn't actually pass away. You just got pranked.
Okay, are you sure? Oh, who's that?
Who are you talking to, honey?
Oh,
Well. Paint me green and call me a pickle. He passed away after all. Thanks for reminding me, honey.
Oh no.
Seems as if I am going crazy. Isn't that crazy? Thanks
Yep.
for watching.
He's
And now a word from our sponsor.
Oh, no. I don't want to hear it. So, his family's dead. That's a plot twist right there. Okay, moving on to the next video. Now the next short film we're gonna watch for today is called Feed, and it was uploaded by dang it, what was it again? Crick TV. The guys, you know Crick TV. You know the one who created the Look-See monster. You know that one. I'm pretty sure you guys know who they are. All right. Yeah. Let's just start. Oh.
Hello? Is anyone home?
No. You're all alone. Man, don't turn on the. Oh no. But don't ignore it. Oh what, you didn't know there was a CCTV back there? Okay, before we continue, I just want to say I remember how much I loved doing this, but now I don't know, kind of feel tired doing it. Maybe I should take a break. Should I? I don't know. Hello. Very cool. Oh god. Oh yep, I saw it right there. For
What,
you?
Brad? Brad?
Sorry, I was walking up the stairs. What's your flavor again? I see pistachio.
Did you and Lisa install some kind of like sex cam in our living room?
Not in the living room. Can you ask what she wants?
She's not home yet.
What the
You can do
frick?
whatever you want in your bedroom, but like in the living room, if
Whoa. Hello? I can hear. Oh,
Brad,
Oh, no signal. Something's wrong. Oh shoot. Oh boy, it's about to get scary. Right there. Oh no, hang on. I have to oh, dang, this thing's on, no wonder. Okay, yeah, turn it off.
hello?
It was too loud, alright, sorry. Otherwise I'll become deaf. Forget it. Who's there?
Lisa?
It's not Lisa. Oh. Oh boy. White people investigating. Black people don't. Trust me, I have black people instincts. If I see a ghost anywhere, I just run away. That's it. I probably not investigate as well. Oh, she did. She did. She's still alive though? No. She's dead. She has to be dead.
Ice cream!
Oh God! Oh,
I saw
what
something.
was it?
Naomi.
I think there might be something
I
in the
can't
house.
understand
Listen to
you.
me. I
Slow
think it might be
down.
that.
Oh. Up there. Right behind you. Yeah, right there. Hello. That was a good one. Oh, he did all of the editing. He did all of the hard work. That's cool. Shout out to him though. What's his name again? Will Lee. Yeah, Will Lee. Shout out to him because he did all of the hard work all by himself. He did the writing. He did the directing. He did the editing and all. Dang. Oh, and shout out to Alexis Clayton for playing the dead girl on the floor. No offense, but at least she had a role. Alright, yeah, shall we move on? Yeah, let's move on. And the next one we're gonna see is called The Subway, and it was uploaded by Animated Horror Flicks. Yeah, his name is right there, as you can see. So, I don't know what this video is about, so let's see it. Animated Horror Flicks presents The Subway.
So this is a creepy story that I don't usually talk about. It happened to me quite a while ago, so I...
Wait, that British accent. Is he British? 'Cause I can. Yeah, seriously, look at me. Look at me, I'm talking British. How do you do, sir? Would you like some tea? Is that Australian or British? You guys tell me down in the comments.
probably won't remember all of the details,
Okay.
but I will never forget the strange experience that took place at a nearby subway station, which drove a sinister wedge between me, my friends, and my family.
Okay.
I was around 22 years of age at the time, and I had just started taking music lessons in the evenings. I was at a stage where I was still trying to figure things out and get used to life in the big city. I remember that the lessons finished a lot later.
I understand this man's whatever he's going through. I mean, living a life in the big cities can be pretty hard sometimes.
Later than usual that day for some reason, so it was already well past 11 at night by the time I got to the subway after grabbing a bite to eat, which meant that the circulation of trains was few and far between.
Animation looking clean though.
As I anxiously waited for the signature sound of a distant train, I observed the platform and was surprised to see how abandoned it was. I had taken the subway at unsocial hours before, but I had never seen it as empty as it was that night. It was very quiet and there was no one else around. At least that's what I thought, until I noticed someone standing behind one of the columns near the edge of the platform.
Yep, that's not a person, it's a ghost.
I leaned forward to get a better look, but it almost felt like the stranger was intentionally trying to avoid being seen, so I just looked straight ahead and minded my own business. But the silence didn't last long after that. Suddenly I could hear the sound of someone whistling. It appeared to come from all directions, and there was something about it that made me feel uneasy, but luckily it was soon overshadowed by the sound of a train fast approaching. As I prepared to embark on the train, I was surprised to see a well-dressed man step out from behind the column and walk to the edge of the platform. I felt relieved to see that it wasn't some thug or potential troublemaker, yet still, something was strangely off about him and he seemed somewhat gaunt. It always made me feel a little nervous to see someone standing so close to the edge of the platform, even when it was a stranger, but I suspected he was just as anxious to get to his destination as I was.
It's not a real
Midnight was close upon us, after all. He stood there, very still, and hadn't acknowledged my presence whatsoever, until he slowly started turning his head towards me. With eyes wide open, he greeted me with a creepy grin and an unsettling stare.
Oh God.
I made a conscious effort to ignore him staring at me like that, but then he employed a sinister laugh that gave me a persistent chill, which was then followed by something that still horrifies me to this day.
If you ever see this man, call 911. Call 911 immediately. This man right here is one of those patients from an asylum. I don't know what happened. Okay, we're about to find out next. Oh, yep, he fell down.
As he fell directly into the path of the arriving train, I rushed to try to save him, but it was too late. It took me a few seconds to grasp what I had just seen, and I was still in shock when I hurried to the nearest ticket booth to get help. Which resulted in an entire shutdown of the subway. The subway employees inspected both the track and the train, but they didn't find any evidence of a body or even a single drop of blood.
That's because it's a ghost. That man committed suicide like years ago and he became a ghost. Now he haunts that subway.
After checking the tunnels, their attention shifted to me and the tone of the whole situation took a drastic turn for the worse. I implored them to check the cameras to prove that I wasn't lying, but when they reviewed the footage, there was no sign of the man, just me running towards an oncoming train.
Oh, that was close. There was no one. There was no one there. Is a dead man walking.
They told my parents what happened, and rumors spread very quickly after that.
Okay.
As a devoted Catholic, my mother never looked at me the same way again, and my father just put on a brave face. When that happened, the truth didn't really matter that much anymore, and life sort of carried on without ever really going back to normal. I left home the same year and moved into a shabby old apartment downtown. Needless to say, commuting around the city never felt quite the same after that. And I still find myself staring at the ceiling every night, contemplating the truth about what I witnessed that fateful day at the subway.
Oh, he's right there. He's right there. Oh God, he's gonna haunt you now. Dang, that scene is a laugh though. Ugh.
Hey you!
Yep, that's it. So they never, what? They never, learned any history about that place, any incidents that happened before, they never discovered anything about that man. Nothing behind this story about what just happened. They didn't do anything about it? I mean, they could, like in every horror movie, they always discover something new, like, like whatever happened to this place, what happened years ago, why did that person see the ghost, see that man there was committing suicide? I mean, this place must have a history, that's what I'm saying. You know what? I'm done. Yep. On to the next video. Now the final one for today. The final video we're gonna be reacting today is called Marine of the Undead. Yes, that's what it's called. And you can see right there in the picture, it was uploaded by Nightmare Tales. I haven't heard about them, but if they good, I don't know, I just saw the video, it looked interesting. I mean, I just saw the thumbnail, it looked interesting, so I'm like, yeah, sure, why not react to these guys? And also this video is a 10-minute video, so it's gonna be a long one. It can either be their sponsor, or maybe that's why it's 10 minutes. Okay, you know what? Forget it, let's just react to the video. Nightmare Tales, Marine of the Undead, by Pete Wright. Okay, it's getting interesting.
South Pacific, March 1945. A flotilla of US Haskell-class attack troop transports steadily carved their way westward through the deep and dark tropical waters. On board each vessel are over 1,500 troops and their combat equipment, all bound for the hostile shores of Okinawa. To all on board, the impending unknown action ensures no one can sleep. Each man knows full well that the enemy they face is disciplined, vicious, and unrelenting. They each reflect solemnly on the short lives they have led so far, how quickly they were trained to kill, and how each and every one of them struggles and ultimately accepts that they may never set foot on American soil again. Intelligence has advised the captains that they will have a clear run towards the main island. Advanced patrols have detected no hostiles, and by morning they will have landed on the beach. Sadly, the intelligence was wrong. Dozens of kamikaze pilots drop swiftly from behind cloud cover, target the exposed ships, and begin to wreak havoc. The support ships were destroyed, leaving the troop transports exposed for the rest of the Mitsubishi Zeros to annihilate them. Within a matter of minutes, it was all over. The Japanese sacrificial lambs had served their nation well, leaving thousands of casualties drowning in the shark-infested waters.
Dang.
Private Dan Blacker of the 42nd Marines found himself washed up on the sandy shore of an unknown beach at sunset. He was exhausted, alone, and terrified. His eyes stung from the salt water, his skin was seared from the relentless sun, and his head felt like a steel sledgehammer was repeatedly smashing its way through the bone of his skull from the inside out. With a lot of battle debris and bodies surrounding him, he scrounged what useful items he could and made his way further up the beach. He was able to find some water, a carton of basic rations, and a timber crate that instantly gave him a greater sense of security.
You know what this reminds me of? You know the movie where Tom Hanks stars in? Where his plane crashed and he got stranded on an island, and then he has a pet named Wilson!
Wilson, where are you? Wilson! 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 I'm sorry! Wilson! I can't! Wilson! Wilson!
You know that movie? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know. Yeah, okay, this actually reminds me of that movie. Because this guy got stranded on an island, like the guy from, like, you know, Tom Hanks in that movie I was talking about. The movie's called Castaway, if you didn't know.
It was an M1A1 Thompson submachine gun with 10 boxes of ammunition. His mind was solely focused on his survival, and his senses purposely focused on identifying any threat, of which he was sure there were plenty, lurking in the thick, dark jungle. Then, a muffled scream from behind him in the jungle rang out through the night. A stinging pang of fear and relief rocked his belly, as the thought of not knowing if he was alone was replaced with the realization of knowing that he wasn't. Carefully, Blacker checked his weapon and slowly and quietly crept through the jungle, hoping to hear something again that would help him determine on a direction to travel. The jungle was damp from the monsoon, the humidity so thick he could taste it, and the only light was that from the half moon above. He had no idea if he was footsteps away from stepping off a cliff, onto a mine, or face first into a nest of spiders. He tried to focus his mind. He wanted to stop, but he needed to keep moving. And then he saw it. A light emanating from a hut in what could only be a Japanese camp. He sat still, camouflaged in the jungle foliage, slowing his breathing in the hope of calming his heartbeat. He looked around the area for a moment. Nothing. However, he could hear talking, the faint sound of voices and crackle from a radio. A radio he figured he may be able to use to call for help. Only if he could get to it without getting killed first. With teeth gritted so hard he felt his molars were almost shattering, he moved silently behind the illuminated hut, trying to time his steps with the alternating crackles of noise and voice from the radio before any silence occurred. He edged down the side of the hut, then peered in to see a lone young Japanese soldier slumped and lifeless on the desk. The electric light burned brightly above him, illuminating the room and his dried blood, which had been splattered across the wall next to him.
He killed himself, alright.
He quietly entered the room and tried to operate the radio to make a distress call. The dials and numbers were completely foreign to him, so he cautiously attempted to send out an SOS on Morse code, using several different frequencies, before realizing that without knowing where he was or who he was trying to call, the efforts were completely in vain. He abandoned the idea, for now, and began to explore the remainder of the camp for any useful equipment or sign of life. Nothing, not a soul. Tired and thirsty, he sat to take a drink while he tried not to be consumed with his feelings of frustration brought on by exhaustion and anxiety. He was relieved that the camp was unoccupied, but he still felt extremely anxious that he was completely lost, and maybe not alone. Finishing his water, he turned to the high tank to his side to refill his canteen. A tight twist and the tap screeched open. Then, a thick dark liquid spewed out of the tap and onto the ground.
Oh my god.
The iron-rich stench of blood and rotten meat tore at his nostrils as he shut it off and stood back to see the red gooey mass pool onto the sand.
Dang.
His immediate instinct was to look up at the source, yet there was nothing untoward there. It was a standard water tower. He walked around it, still looking up, and began to hear a slight yet constant dull tapping from above. Compelled to know more, he eyed the bamboo ladder and positioned himself in front of it. He held a lifelong aversion to heights, which he felt should have been shaken out of him during basic training. However, when he was anxious, the vertigo was exacerbated, and his hands shook as he gripped the sides of the rickety ladder. Then, rung by rung, he placed each boot with steadfast caution as he made his way to the top of the tower. Now, sweating profusely, he landed both feet solidly on the deck supporting the tank and reached up to grip the steel edging. The acrid stench was intense, and the tapping was much louder now, slow and rhythmic, a stark contrast to his heart rate, which was racing out of control. He slowly pulled himself up and stared into the dark tank.
My god, that's blood.
The moonlight made it hard to discern what was there, but as he looked closer, it appeared among the lumps of flesh were a number of faces. Were they human faces? He stared closer, and it was now apparent that he was looking at a tank full of decomposing bodies.
Yep.
The one closest to him moved, and from within the dark ocular cavities came a set of bloody hands which slowly and silently tore the face apart.
Oh my god.
Blacker instinctively reeled away from this horrific sight and fell backwards from the tower into the foliage that cushioned his fall, leaving him winded but unharmed. The awakened contents of the tank, having been disturbed, moved violently with activity where the entire tower began to shake from side to side. In a matter of moments, the wobbling tank and tower collapsed off its foundations and crashed to the ground as if caused by the power of a minor earthquake. The tower lay twisted and broken, the tank crushed, and the moving flesh and bloody contents spilled over the ground. The zombie creatures, now drained of blood, slowly stood up and their dead eyes stared directly into those of Private Blacker.
Zombies?
The dead were somehow alive, it seemed, very hungry, and they were all interested in getting a piece of Blacker.
Oh no.
Blacker, quickly regaining his composure, grabbed his submachine gun, cocked it, and shouted at the dead men walking to stop or he would open fire. His orders fell onto dead ears, and the mindless zombie creatures staggered ever closer. Blacker wasn't going to go down without a fight. He put the weapon to his hip and pulled hard on the trigger, hosing the zombies away as they approached. They were all immediately cut to pieces, body parts flying into the air and soon covering the ground. However, Blacker knew it wouldn't be the last of them, especially since he had just caused enough of a disturbance to waken the dead, wherever they may be hiding. Reluctantly, he knew someone or something would soon be coming. It was only a matter of time before they found him, unless, of course, he got to them first.
Oh, yep, yeah. I saw there was a part 2 for this story, but I'm afraid we're gonna have to continue it some other time. Well, that was the final one. Alright, I guess that's it. Well, that was a really cool story to watch. No, really. When the story is about zombies, you know, Train to Busan, the sequel to Train to Busan Peninsula, World War Z. That I'm interested about. I don't know why I like these stories that involve zombies and all. Maybe it's because they're super terrifying to look and it really scares me a lot. I mean, I do have arachnophobia, in case you didn't know. But I don't know, these zombie movies always looks interesting because, you know, they have the action and all. You have shooting, you know, the action stuff, you know, where they just kill zombies straight away. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm so interested in them. Maybe that's why I'm so interested in zombie movies. Alright, yeah, I guess that's all for today, guys. But don't worry, there'll be more of these coming soon. So, and remember, I will be reacting to the part 2 of Marine of the Undead. And yeah, it just kind of seemed interesting to watch, so that's why I feel like continuing later. And yeah, like I said, don't worry, there'll be more of these videos, you know, these Freaky Friday videos in the future. Just give me some time, right? And yeah, that's all for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. And yeah, till next time, this is DenJB signing off. Goodbye, guys. Oh man, okay, I'm tired. I should probably take a break.